Welcome to the show, everyone. We've been live on Facebook, so everybody's been watching us in here beforehand. I love that when everybody sees the before stuff, because all sorts of weird things happen behind the scenes. And you guys love it out there when we do all that kind of crazy stuff. The last time I was this first person that's with me today, I fell. And I was dying because thank God we weren't live on Facebook at the time. But all sorts of things happen when you do a live radio show. Anyway, my first guest, I can't even hardly talk today. My first guest is Tracy Lasko, and she is the owner of Tracy's Dynamic Solutions. Welcome to the show. You got to tell everybody a little bit about yourself and what you do, and we're going to open up the lines to the audience. So hang on tight. Tell everybody about what you do.
Absolutely. My name's Tracy Lasko, so Tracy's Dynamic Solutions, and I am here to organize chaos, whether it's at home or an office or anything of that nature. I'm here to create peace in a chaotic world.
Thank you, because we are all chaotic right now,
yes.
And that is for sure. And as much as we all thought that we're getting, I don't know about anybody else out there, but for me, the more organized I think I'm trying to be, the more disorganized I am. So I need someone like you. Now, when you work with people, first of all, I want to talk a little bit about, you've got a brand new website that you want to talk about, and I want to talk about it too, because it's got a lot of great information. People out there right now is a great time to start getting organized, because not only do you help people with, let's say, their kitchen,
Correct.
Their office, but you help them even within their business, and I want you to explain that.
Absolutely.
Explain that, Lucy. Go ahead.
I am able to help with a myriad of things. If it is a home office that you're trying to still transition because that's the forecast of the future for you in your outside world, if it is tax preparation and this scary thing that's coming and you want to get organized, I can help with spreadsheets, putting together files for you so that you're ready to meet with your CPA, or if it's simply getting your garage organized and set up so that you are able to make more room and it just creates a sense of peace within your home.
Now, we're going to open up the lines to the audience, because what you're going to do is you're going to offer everybody to get entered into win. It's organize your office, or wherever. We just call it office right now. I might have to change that wording right now while I'm talking to you here, which includes a tax organization. So now the tax that you can you do both business and personal?
Prefer personal, just to get everybody set up in that, and then we can go from there, but no, stick with the personal for now.
Okay,
yeah.
So it's basically organizing your office and your personal taxes, and this is a $250 value, free to you or anyone you know. Our number here, 602-277-5369, and toll free, it's 1-866-536-1100. I'm going to let everyone call throughout the rest of the show for this, and maybe it's you, maybe you know somebody, but a lot of people right now in this current climate that you called it, we've all started these new businesses in our homes, and so now it's very hard to do, and especially if you were thrown into it.
Absolutely, with everything going on, it's one day you're in the office, the next day it's work from home, figure it out, and it's a matter of figuring out how to create your home life and your work life all at the same time.
What happens is that you start working, and then you do what you do best, which is working. And then you put the stuff that you need to do in a box.
Absolutely.
Right, or on the floor.
Yep.
And nothing happens with it. Even if you file it, you're not filing it correctly, right, like you know how to.
Right.
And when you work with somebody and you're doing with these kinds of things, what is the first thing that usually people want you to do with them?
They'll usually hand you a box and say, can you figure this out? And I'll literally just start going piece by piece through the box, and then be able to present them with a plan. Okay, within this box is X, Y, and Z. Here's my thoughts. Here's the process that I'm going to go through. Is this agreeable with your end goals? And if not, let's tweak it so that we can make sure that we achieve the goal, which is creating peace within that environment.
Anybody that can be handed a box and have an idea of what to do afterwards without even asking them or telling it, I think is pretty amazing. Now, you can check them out on her new website. She's really excited about it. It's Organize It, the number 4, the letter U, so Organize It for You. Organize It, the number 4, the letter U.com. She's rated with the Better Business Bureau. She could do kitchens, garages, office. You do free consultations with people.
Yes.
The phone number to call her is area code 602-763-3733. 3293. You can either call her or you can text her there. She works valley-wide, and we've got our lines open here for everyone to get either your office or your kitchen or whatever it is that you want organized, and even will include your personal taxes for this coming year, which, believe me, if you know what it means, you will save money and time by having somebody do this for you.
Correct.
The number to call here for that is 602-277-5369, and toll free it's 1-866-536-1100. How did you get started in being this?
I wanted peace within my own home, and so I just started room by room or piece by piece, and the sense of accomplishment and balance was immense, and was able to then share it with family and close friends. And it just made sense that if this is something that I can utilize in my own personal life, almost anybody would want to create that balance, create that peace, find that contentment in just knowing that they can go hypothetically to the pantry in the middle of the night and be able to find on the third shelf the box of wheat thins that they maybe they weren't supposed to find, but they're there.
You know those people that have those really organized pantries? Don't you hate them?
See, I'm that way. You literally can walk into my pantry and all of my Tupperware is lined up.
When I say that they hate them, it's not because they hate them because they hate them. They hate them because they're jealous.
I know.
Especially when it's got all that Tupperware stuff that's so perfectly lined up and it's got it, and so she has it, and then if she does it now, you can have it for yourself. You can call in here, our number here, 602-277-5369. Toll free, it's 1-866-536-1100. Get ready for the new year. Get yourself organized. Get your businesses organized now. Get yourself with that, what she calls peace of mind, within your own home. And when there's chaos and you're disorganized, it makes you not be able to do anything as fast as other people can do it like you. Because you being organized is what it's all about. It's all in the preparation, guys. That's what I hear. So it's a $250 value free to you or anyone you know. So our number here, 602-277-5369. Toll free, it's 1-866-536-1100. Basically, she does both residential and commercial for you. She's rated with the Better Business Bureau. She does free consultations with everyone. And you can see her also on Instagram, right? You also are on Facebook at Tracy's Dynamic Solutions. You can check her out also on her brand new website. She's really excited about it. It's Organize It, the number 4, the letter U.com. Call in here and get entered in to win this $250 value organize your life project that it also includes your personal taxes. And believe me, when your personal taxes, you will save money. I always say this because people don't realize that when you don't have your taxes organized and you just hand them a box, let me tell you, they charge you by the minute.
Correct.
You know, and they are charging you more money for that. And there's no need for that. She can do that for you. You can call in here at 602-277-5369. Toll free, it's 1-866-536-1100. We're going to let everyone call throughout the rest of the show for it. We're going to also let you call her. You can call or text her at 602-763-3293. She's valley-wide, rated with the Better Business Bureau, and does free consultations. We're going to leave our lines open here. We're going to go to a break, and when we come back, I want to talk further. For you, before we go to the break, what is your number one, worst house, worst place you've ever done?
Home offices are typically the worst.
Right.
It was a close family friend, and it was chaos.
I'm telling you now, when you have an office that is now your sort of, it's a home office.
Yes.
That's one of the offices that also is that cluttered
Yes.
room that has everything else in there
Yes.
too. It doesn't work, guys. Call in here, get entered in to win. We're going to keep our lines open here. It's a $250 value free to you. Organize your life. It includes your taxes. Our number here is 602-277-5369. We're going to keep on talking because we're going to stay live on Facebook, okay?
Okay.
So I just kind of, when you say that was your worst home that
Yes.
you went into, it was an office, what was so bad about it?
There was no method to the madness. There were piles of magazines from Christmases 3, 4, 5 years ago for promos, just in case for ideas. Then there were books laying around, 4 or 5 different computers, but none of which maybe were for specific reasons. They were hodgepodge. There were mail stacked up. It was just...
Yeah, we're going to talk about that. Because
Okay.
I think some of it, when you talk about those things, it gives
Yeah.
them an idea of like, yeah, that's the way mine is, you know?
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
and a lot of times, to be perfectly frank, it was my father. But we can't.
It's okay.
So
He knows now.
he does. But it was just, he gets so occupied with his other projects that just
Right.
isn't.
I think that's what we all do. We see something that's really neat,
Yeah.
we tear it out, and we put it there,
Sure.
and so excited about doing it at some point,
Right.
and that some point becomes years later.
But then it gets underneath something, so you've forgotten that it's there, and then that piece that you
Right.
put on top of it then
Right.
gets covered with something else because
Right.
you found this great book and you're reading through it, and then next thing you know, it's 5 pieces of
Right.
information underneath, and it just is. It happens.
It does to everyone.
Sure.
Suburban archaeology.
Yes.
That's
Yep.
funny.
Absolutely. Yeah. So that was. I don't know. I enjoy it.
Yeah.
If that makes any sense.
Well, yeah, because the more cluttered it is, probably the more you like it because it gives you a way of being. This is a word that I'm looking for. To be. I can't figure out the word that I'm trying to say, but it gives you what you want to do. You come up with more ideas.
Sure.
Right. Solutions.
Sure.
Do you like the 30 better?
Do I like the
The
30?
30-minute better?
Oh yes, yes.
Yeah, everybody does. Because
Yes.
it's much more smooth. It's
Yes.
more fun. It's a different ride.
Yes.
Right.
Absolutely. Yeah.
It's an e-ticket.
Yes. Yes. Yeah. No, it's good.
It's just different.
Yeah. Enjoy being organized. It's a unique gift, I guess you could say.
Yeah, it is because not everybody is. And
Sure.
even like people will say I am,
Sure.
but I'm not.
Yeah.
I know I'm not. You know, it might look like it because it seems like it.
Sure.
I might know where everything is in my kitchen, but
Sure.
I'm not really organized. And you probably can come in and go.
It's funny, you just see it. But like you with the radio, you see it, you
Right.
hear it, you
Right.
feel it. It's just, that's your gift.
Yeah, here we go. So welcome back, everyone. We're still live on Facebook. We're talking with Tracy Lasko, and she is the owner of Tracy's Dynamic Solutions. We've been talking at the break. We continue to talk here on the radio through the breaks, live on Facebook. And one of the things that we were talking about is people's offices and how they get so disorganized and cluttered.
Yes.
And I want to talk a little about that because people out there, you all are culprits of it too, just like me, you know. And what we do, we said, people turn around and what they do is they find something, they love it, they pull it out of a magazine, they put it out and they say that they're going to get to it,
Yep.
and then what?
And they just then leave it. So they find something else that they like, do the same thing, and put it on top of it. So next thing you know, you've got 5 stacks of different things that you meant to get to, you wanted to do, wanted to order for someone, and have no clue where it is because it's underneath 5 different layers of
Let's
stuff.
talk about mail, because the mail is the worst, especially if you like to keep every piece you get.
Yes.
Right? And you're going to go through it, and most people, do you go through your mail every day?
Yes.
I do too. I
Yes.
have to.
Yes.
I never keep any of the stuff I don't think I want, but what do you think people should do?
A lot depends on what their goals are. Some people like everything electronic, so the paper is just thrown away or discarded. Others, they want to keep the paper. They may be considered old school, and they like the tangible.
Thank you for
Yes.
saying it that way.
They like the tangible
Mhm.
pieces.
Right.
So if that's the case, I mean, that was one of the projects that I received, was literally 3-4 months worth of mail in a box. And it was a conglomerate of personal mail, just solicitation, junk mail, and it was a matter of going through. And this individual just wanted me to organize it. So we created folders, indexes, created spreadsheets as to what were outstanding, what wasn't outstanding, what was auto pay, what wasn't auto pay, did you want auto pay, and set it up so then at least they've got the option, and it's set up so that should they need to reference any of it, it's there for them.
Wow, isn't that cool just to have somebody have that do that with your mail? Spreadsheets on your mail. Kind of neat.
Yes.
I had to learn how to do a spreadsheet. I don't even know how to do that, but a lot of people love it when it's like that. It's
Yes.
so much easier. And today, sometimes people don't have as much of a choice to being with you. If you were old school, let's say like
Sure.
me, it's hard because now you're sort of have to be both.
Yes,
Right?
absolutely.
So we've got our lines open here for everyone to get entered into win. It's an Organize Your Life. It's sort of, I'm just calling it that, anything what you want, if it's your office, if it's your kitchen, if it's your mail, if it's your taxes. Should this include your personal taxes as well, which I think is awesome that you're adding that to it. It's a $250 value free to you or anyone you know. Our number here is 602-277-5369, and toll free it's 1-866-536-1100. And I'm going to let everyone call throughout the rest of the show. You can check them out on her new website, brand new. She's really excited about it. It's Organize It, the number 4, the letter U.com. She's rated with the Better Business Bureau. She does free consultations. You can check her out on Instagram. You can also go check her out on Facebook. Again, she does residential and commercial. You can also call her direct. Her phone number is 602-763-3293. Call her, text her there. I will say this too. What a great gift to give somebody. I can't even believe I'm going to say these words right now, but the holidays are literally around the corners, and it's amazing that it's around the corner like that. And what a great thing to give somebody. Maybe give it to them now, give it to them early, so that they can get themselves more organized, especially those people that are thrown into working at home right now.
For sure.
So our number here is 602-277-5369, and toll free it's 1-866-536-1100. Just to ask you, when you're working with people now, especially in the the world that we're living in now, I mean, can you work with them both in person and not?
A lot of it comes down to their comfort level. I am
Mhm.
happy to go in person, social distance, follow and abide by all of the guidelines, but a lot of it has to do with their comfort level. If it's something that they would prefer to interact via Zoom, we can set up a Zoom consult. And even if they prefer to have a project conducted via Zoom, what we can do is, following the initial consult, I can then game plan, if you will, find the items that they'll need for the certain project, and even Zoom them while they put together what our plan is.
I think that's important you say that, because I think that would be the only thing for me that I would want to understand exactly what you're doing, because it's one thing for you to organize something, it's another thing for me to understand how that now works,
Sure,
right?
absolutely.
So that's good. And let's say I wanted to work on it with you with ideas, I can do that?
Absolutely.
Mhm.
And what I would also encourage is they would be able to then contact me a few months later and say, hey, it's gone awry. Can you come back and help me? I can follow up with you 3 months, 6 months, 9 months, whatever the case is. Hey, how's that garage doing? Well, the holidays, we tried to put everything back. No problem. I can come out and do another visit, help with that. It's not as if it can be a one-time thing, or it can be something where we can stay in contact and help with whatever small projects arise as that relationship grows.
Call in here and get entered into win. This is a $250 value free to you. Get yourself organized before the holidays. Get it out, get it all there, know what they're at, want to put on the trees and all that kind of stuff. But your businesses, that you're in-home based businesses especially, but you do both residential and commercial, so you can even go to anybody's business.
Yes.
Because even though you have an office, you also might, I remember my ex-husband's office was a mess,
Yes. Yes.
would you say, I'm going to have to do this, men worse than women, or women worse sometimes?
Typically men are worse.
Yeah, yeah, you guys. So, but I was going to say his office was terrible. But it's great to have somebody like you to be able to come in and do that. Maybe it's you or someone that you know. Give them the gift of this. What a great thing to do. Our number here is 602-277-5369. Toll free, it's 1-866-536-1100. And it's Organize It, the number 4, the letter U.com. When you, what would you say that makes you so different than, let's say, somebody else that does what you do?
What I like to do is really sit down with the individual and get to know them. What are their likes? What are their dislikes? What are their desires and goals? And try to think the way that they would necessarily think. So one of the projects was the home office that was a bit of disarray, and the individual wanted to keep all of the old magazines that maybe were several years old. So it's not about me going in and saying this is the way that I would see your home office to be. It's what is your goal. So, okay, you want to keep these old ones. Great. Create a strategy so that they're there should you want them.
Right.
But it's still organizing it. So literally organizing chaos.
I like that because, again, that's important that you said that. I'm so glad you did. Because to me, when you come in and you say, well, this is how I want it done, no. You might be able to give me a good solution,
Sure.
but I also might have an idea for that solution that might work better for me.
Sure.
Because I do things different. Everybody does something differently. We're going to keep our lines open here for everyone to keep on calling in. Our number here is 602-277-5369. Toll free, it's 1-866-536-1100. It's a $250 value free to you or anyone you know. It's Organize Your Life. And then it also includes your personal taxes. They're coming around the corner too. Everything is. The world just jumped from one year to the next. We didn't even get to, kind of experience it.
Yep.
The number here is 602-277-5369. I wanted to ask you too that you say that these are customized programs.
Sure.
So what you do for everyone, is it the same thing you do for everyone else?
No, absolutely not. Because really it comes down to the initial consult. What I want to do is understand you. What's your thought processes? What are your goals? What are your desires? What is it that will create the piece that you're desiring that brought me to you, so that then yours will be customized from the next person.
You know what I also know is once you do one room,
Yeah.
you kind of like have to do another one, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
It works like that. But mostly you're obviously your kitchen,
Yes.
your garage,
Sure.
your office,
Yes.
and
Closets.
bathroom. Closets. I forgot about closets. Our
Closets.
closets. Oh my God.
Yep. Yep, absolutely. And a lot of times us women have a hard time getting rid of clothing. So what we can do is try to set up a strategy. Okay, so these are what you wear, 5 days out of 5 days for work. Okay, you haven't touched this bunch for so many days. Okay, so we're going to set this aside. We're going to reorganize it. And then when I come back in 30 days, if you haven't worn those, we're going to talk about what we're going to do with those. But they're still there.
Yeah, it's very hard for us women. Okay, let's put down the women now for a second. It's hard for us women, and especially for us that say, well, I know they're a size 2.
Yep.
And I've had 4 kids, and I'm never going to be that size, but I love them. They were so wonderful, right?
Yes.
You can have a little section that says, maybe one day.
Exactly. Exactly. And then you can just come back and be like, yep, haven't worn them in 30 days. Maybe we'll hold them for another 30 days, or maybe half of them will go. It isn't about me purging your stuff. It's about me helping you accomplish the goals.
Right. But it's also when you see all that kind of stuff and boy, what everybody feels like when you're organized.
Yes.
It is a wonderful feeling. Again, for anybody that's listening right now, maybe it's you or someone that you know, especially for us that have had to turn around and work at home all of a sudden now, you find yourself there, you don't know what to do, you're getting more disorganized than organized, she can help. The number to call here to get entered into win is 602-277-5369. You can also check her out on her brand new website. It's organizeit, the number 4, the letter U.com.